In the heart of a busy city where life moves fast and people often walk past pain, one woman decided to stop. Her name is Joyce, and her story is one of purpose, compassion, and courage. That moment changed everything.
You walk along Moi Avenue in the morning, there are so many people who are sleeping along. So I used to go to work very early. And that time, the time now, the city council officers are waking them up, very aggressive and everything. I'm like, this is a normal human being, especially when it's come to a child. Why are you treating them like this? So now, as I said, I started interacting with them. And my problem was this child who is born here didn't choose to be here. And there's nothing she or he did to end up on the street. So one time, a friend told me I volunteer with a certain organization in Mlango Kubwa. When you go to Madani Mlango Kubwa, that's where there are so many. Because in town, mostly they are abused so much by the city councils as askari. They can access drugs very easily. There is something they sniff. One is called glue, the kawaida glue, the one they put here. But now there's another one which is worse. It's called MC. MC is jet fuel. So what they do, you cannot sniff it directly like glue. You have to put a piece of cloth, then you sniff. You sniff that. It takes you so high, you forget about it. They don't eat when they're sniffing that. But now when you interact them, you come to understand. Some do that. Okay, on the streets, you'll find so many people that they are there not because of their choice, but there's somebody who just come. I had one story of a girl who was in university, but she started using drugs. So you start stealing from your home, you start stealing from your friends in uni, you are sent away from school. Home, you are sent away from home.
Joyce studied information technology at Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. She was raised by a reverend who taught her to love and serve others. Even in high school, she joined Red Cross, always drawn to helping those in need. And so, what started as a compassion became a calling.
Since I was young, I had this calling in me. Because I remember even at home before I went to high school, we would help the elderly in our community. And we would visit them, just give them whatever we had, help in the chores at home. So even when I went to high school, I still wanted to help. So when I had the Red Cross, you go to children's home, you go help people. I decided to join Red Cross.
After years in IT, Joyce made a bold choice. She left her job, not for another company, but for a greater purpose. And that is how Gracious Street of Givers was born.
So God gave us a burden. So Francis is my husband. So we used to go for the feeding program with him. So in the process, we started rescuing kids. We were working together at that time. So what I used to do, I would invite my colleagues. We go, I'm doing feeding program this Saturday. Can you join me? So he started coming with me. It's hard work working with the street families because those are people who are toxic. They are on drugs, they're high. So if you don't understand them, you get angry. So we started like that, and eventually things happen. I found out that he has a heart for this. So initially it's me who started. The vision was mine, and then he joined. So we started rescuing kids, and there is that mentality that a children's home is for orphans. Unfortunately, the homes we used to take them, they are rejected as, let me use chokoras, that's what people call them. You find even the social workers who are there or the caregivers exclude them from the rest, the orphans who are supposed to be in a children's home, and treat this differently. So what would happen? They would group themselves again and go back to the street. So when you're coming back on Saturday, they are back on the street. So I remember it was December 2018. I just wrote a resignation letter. Told my boss I'm not coming back after New Year. I want to do this completely. I resigned. In January, I started going to the field. Now, the streets.
Today, Joyce and her husband care for over 30 children, each with a story. Some were abandoned, some came from the streets, some are healing from abuse and addiction. Because to Joyce, this isn't just a home, it's a place of healing and hope.
We take them to hospital. Like once we rescued a child that made me think of doing this, or because the girl was 2.5 years, raped. You see, Grogan, that's where we got that girl from. And it was the time we were starting. And unfortunately, she had been used or raped, both Ben and Yoma. It traumatized even me. Now, I took her to Nairobi Women, the treatment they are free. And she had to go to theater, do the reconstruction. That was a nightmare for me. The girl could not talk. She was so traumatized. And I remember, because it was during COVID, the doctor called me after they came out of theater. The only thing he told me, because now there's not much you can do for a 2.5-year-old. There's not much therapy you can do. The only thing you can do is just go with this kid, love the kid, and let them know that they are protected. They will recover. And that's how I did with her. Change everything about her. Even if you knew her name, change everything. And I had to call her after my mom. It's been a journey. It's been a journey. Because now when you have such a child, they have no control of anything. And they are traumatized. So, but she's now okay. Very okay. Very, very okay. And then you bring them close to God so that they can overcome the trauma. And for the boys also. So with them, we had to do counseling as a professional also, so that we able to do. But when you're doing this, you become a teacher, you become a mother, you become everything. So I do a lot of counseling. Most of all, the best thing I can give them is to be their mom, and for them to feel protected and loved. So that's how we deal with those traumas.
I love my parents.
Mm-hmm.
They love me too.
Yes.
And when I grew up, I want to be a bishop, to preach for people.
And my heart was for these kids. So you see now the ones you have rescued are ending up back on the street. I asked God, because now the thing was these kids are going back to the street. Can you give us a place? Now we are speaking with Francis. They are coming from the same place in town. They are different bases. So there is a Madare base where the street family, they love each other so much. So they stay in bases. There is Muduro base, there's town base, there are Kariako, all that. So where we can put these kids, even if they say I'm basic fulani, but they're from the street. There's no child who say, oh, mimi nilikuwa nakaa na uncle yangu and maybe we were well up, but I'm an orphan. That's why I end up on. But their stories are the same. To look for a place and we have nothing, but God works in His own ways. So this place, we were given by a man who is a very good man. He's called Titus. And he said, I had a premises back in a place called Kaga. It's a bit interior, but just go and see whether you can work. Because even for him, he works with street families, with the church he goes to. And maybe you can start somewhere. When we came here, it was just classes. There was no power, there was nothing. So I called, they are my siblings, those who support me so much. So I called my sister. And I said, I need a bale of unga, another one mattresses, and some few friends. And what are you going to do with them? I'm starting a home with your phone cook. And now you have to register an organization. So we started like that in a very simple way.
It has not been easy. Some in the community did not understand her mission and her vision. There were moments of isolation and days when support ran dry, and through it all, her faith carried her forward.
Initially, it was very difficult, extremely difficult, even to feed them. But what's next week, somebody just come. So we have a network of friends just locally. We don't have any support from outside. And when you come, you tell a friend, and a friend tell a friend we are somewhere on Sunday, and there are these kids. Just make time and go and visit them. Take unga, take rice. That's how people support us. And maybe churches. And mostly there are people from Nairobi or other areas come to visit us. Like yesterday, we have some people who came, brought some food. But now financially, we really struggle even with the school fees. But when people come to visit us, we tell them just take a child and sponsor them in school. And the rest who are not sponsored, we ourselves hustle there to take them to school. We are called gracious teacher givers. Gracious, it has taken the grace of God. That's why I love that name. Gracious street of givers. The word street because we are dealing with children from the street. We have a Facebook page. You can reach us at Gracious Street of Givers. Also, my number 0722 630 439 or my husband 0700 822 596. So here we are just a home which has a mother, father, a sister and a brother, like any other family setup, any other home. Yes.
At Gracious Street of Givers, hope is alive. Every laugh, every hug, every prayer, a reminder that love still wins. Because one woman chose compassion over comfort and gave over 30 children a second chance at life.